Hey, super legends, superheroes, and superstars. I just want to say a massive, huge, ginormous welcome to today's show. So, there's a couple of reasons why I'm coming on live. So, the first is next week, I'm going to be doing 120 podcast episodes in 24 hours, which is absolutely crazy. And for people that know that I fall asleep absolutely everywhere. So, nightclubs, restaurants, lectures, seminars, absolutely everywhere. So, it's going to be a challenge, and I'm really excited for the people that are going to come on, share their value, and everybody has to finish with a dad joke. So, what we're going to do today is talk about personal branding and whether personal branding is overrated. I've got a very special guest. Absolutely love this woman to bits. Over the last few weeks, she has just given me so much value, shared so much information, and she's just awesome. So she's just absolutely awesome. So I'm going to get Wendy Steinberger out. Before I do that, I'm just going to check to see. I can see there's a couple of people watching. Can you just in the chat screen, if you can hear me, if you can see me, just type in hell yeah, and I know that everything is working. Okay, there might be about 15-second delay. And then I'm going to get Wendy out. Wendy, are you ready? All right, she's ready.
Hey guys, awesome to be here.
Hey Wendy, how are you?
Super good. How are you, Dre?
I am amazing. Yeah, thank you for being here. What time is it? So whereabouts are you? You're in England?
London. It is 9:30 a.m. Waking up, starting the day with the podcast.
Yeah, you've been to the gym this morning?
Of course, I have been to the gym this morning. Have you been to the gym today, Dre?
I've been to the gym. What day was it? Leg day?
Yes, it was a leg day.
Yeah, cool. All right, Wendy. All right, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, of course. I'm a LinkedIn coach for business owners, and I help brand them and have them be known as go-to experts in their niche so that they could attract inbound leads with ease. Nice and simple.
Yeah, awesome. And right, so you have a little bit of an accent. So I'm picking up a little bit of English, American, is it Latvian?
Yeah. You shouldn't have given this away. No one would have ever guessed it's Latvian.
No.
Because yes, I am from Latvia, and my accent is just kind of half made up from watching a lot of American TV. And I actually see people in the chat. Hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura. Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah. So where are you based, Dre? And
I am based in Brisbane, Vegas. So Vegas is Brisbane in Australia. I've been here for just over 13 years, and originally I moved out for an Aussie girl, so I moved out for love. At the time, I thought London was the best place on the planet, even though I'd been on holiday to lots of different places. But I was so scared about coming over to Australia because have you seen the movie Crocodile Dundee?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I thought Australia was like. All the sharks, the snakes, the spiders, the drop bears, the crocs, the kangaroos. I thought I was going to die. But I came over for a holiday, went to the Sunshine Coast, which is north of Brisbane, and went to the Gold Coast, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Just fell in love with the place. It would be perfect if I could pick my family and friends up from England and put them here. Everything would just be absolutely perfect.
So that was whole Dre's life story for the last 2 minutes. We're talking about branding today.
I've got more. All right. So the question is personal branding overrated? What do you reckon?
Oh, well, I'm biased, but I would say definitely is not. Mainly, so my clients come to me oftentimes saying that they are competing in very competitive marketplaces where everyone keeps bringing down the price. So they think to stay competitive, they have to lower the price as well. And that obviously squeezes your margins and you're not too happy with that. And I mean, who wants to be lowering their price? So I typically like to approach it from the angle that only when you look exactly the same as another offer, right? If you are offering, let's say, video editing, and your video editing is the same as someone else's video editing, people are going to make a decision based on price because they see no difference between the two. However, if you actually brand yourself and if you're known like as the authority in your industry and you're like the best video editor and you can do the best movies, etc., you can pretty much charge a premium because people see you differently now. And yeah, I mean, we're all running a business, right? So unless you're making money in a business, you're not really in a business. So yeah, it's I think it's just a brilliant way to differentiate yourself. When you get seen as the authority, people just come to you. You also don't have to look for business. People just know you for who you are and they want to work with you. And before you've ever spoken to someone, they've bought into your energy because they've seen you around. So I would say personal branding is awesome.
I knew you were going to say that. All right, so question for you. So how do people go about branding themselves? What would you say the best way to do that would be? Because there's so many different like platforms out there.
Yeah.
Where would you start? What would you say to someone?
Obviously, the platform is going to depend on what's your industry, right? So if you're more into, I don't know, baking type of thing, I would assume Instagram would be a great place for that because Insta is so visual and you want to show people like your outfits. Also, if you're more of a stylist, etc. Yeah, I don't know what people do these days on Facebook, so I can't talk about Facebook. And LinkedIn is obviously very up and coming because it's been a while. You know, LinkedIn was launched almost 20 years ago now, but only in the last 5 years it became a content creation platform. So it is very fresh and new. So you can really grow your business on LinkedIn, and many new niches are popping up in LinkedIn as well, like health and wellness, fitness, all the things that used to be pretty hot on Instagram are coming to LinkedIn, which is pretty fun to see. So you just have a think of basically where your ideal clients hang out. That's how you pick your platform. Whatever is their favorite platform to be on, that's where you want to be. And if that's Facebook, and if your ideal clients love Facebook and nothing else, then you go to Facebook, right? So that's how you pick your platform, I would say. What are your thoughts?
Love that. So yeah, so with LinkedIn, I believe that LinkedIn is so underutilized. So you can correct me if my stats are wrong, but I believe that there's over 700 million people that have got profiles on LinkedIn, and half of those are active profiles. And from what I see is that a lot of people, their profiles are either half done. There's no banners, there's no professional photos. There's half of the details are missing under roles, responsibilities, or some people have just taken their whole resume and just whacked it on LinkedIn, which is absolutely crazy. So I see it as though people need to, it's kind of like when you're dating and you don't just want to like sleep with someone straight away. It's all about, like the game and showing like interest, and I don't know, maybe the actually, I don't know the right way to put this. So I'm
trying to understand where you're going to be going with this. So intrigued, go on.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, better not say that. But it's like first go out for a coffee, show a bit of interest, get the other person curious. So you don't just want to divulge all of your information. It's like it's a process. What I've found out the other day is that if you post at least once or twice a week, that will put you in the top 1% of content creators.
Yep.
1%.
Yeah.
So if you don't, that's going to put you in the 99%. So there's no middle ground. And that is absolutely crazy. So all you need to do is post at least once a week. That post doesn't have to be a video. There's so many different types of content that you can do. You can just write text. You can do text and an image, and you can talk about stuff to do with your niche, your industry, and there's so many different ways to differentiate yourself. And all you need to do is be able to add value and communicate your value and articulate your skill set in the right way. Because if you want to be seen, if you want to be heard, you need to be seen. So you need to put yourself out there.
Yeah, and content is exactly what actually builds your credibility on LinkedIn, because that's the only way people are going to see you as the thought leader, as the authority, as the industry expert, is when you're actually giving people value and you're serving them, basically. So if you want to be seen as a leader, all you have to do is serve. It's actually that simple. Yeah, and your content is what builds that credibility up and makes people see like, whoa, like this chick or this dude like is dropping all these knowledge bombs. Like they must really know what they're talking about. And then they just see you as an authority in what you're doing. And then, yes, your content is building up the credibility. And then you want them to land on your profile and be like, whoa, this person is like someone I really want to work with, right? So as you kind of alluded to in the beginning, like it shouldn't be a CV or a resume. Don't know really the difference, but but yeah, don't make it boring. What I always say, don't talk about yourself, which is very counterintuitive for most people, but no one really cares about you. They just want to know how you can help them. So focus on that. So whether you're a business owner, whether you're a freelancer, whether you're looking for a new role, focus on how you can help the company or the client and talk about their pain points and desires. But like no one cares, the whole life story of like people put their primary schools on LinkedIn. Like the things I have seen, they're pretty like they say like I was a cheerleader in high school, and I'm like I don't really care. Like what does it have to do, with what you're offering now? Because you basically get people distracted. I think that's the biggest problem. When you have everything there, people just get distracted. They're like, I don't know what this person is doing, and I'm not going to really read the whole thing. So then they just go, and you lose a lead or you lose a job.
That's right. Yeah. All right. So before we wrap up, so I know that we're only on for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
What I love about personal branding is that you can actually create who you want to be. So it doesn't matter who you are today. It only matters who you want to become and how hard you're willing to work to bridge that gap. And all you need to do is put in the effort, and it's consistent habits day in, day out. And you can be anyone you want to be. That sounded really cheesy, but you get the picture.
Cheesy, but it's so true. I mean, I came on LinkedIn. I didn't use LinkedIn at all myself, right? A couple of years ago. And I went from a complete nobody that doesn't create content, doesn't produce anything, to like in a 2 months time getting in front of 95,000 eyeballs, just because I was like, okay, I'm going to be creating content, I'm going to be getting clients, etc. So like in a couple of months time, you can grow so quickly, you can get clients, but all you have to do is show up, and you start there, right? And then you just get better at it. But it's true, like you don't have to have a vision of who you want to be, and then exactly as you said, appear as that person, give that value, and then people are going to see you as that, and very quickly you're going to become that. So yeah, we like the cheesy responses.
I'll leave that there. So Wendy, just want to thank you for your time.
Sure, my pleasure.
And you happy to come back next week? And we'll...
Yes, we shall. You didn't even tell your whole crowd that we're doing this for 10 episodes, so 10 mini live series on branding. So
you've just told them we're doing it. It's happening. Oh yeah, can't wait.
Yeah. So I would say any questions that people have about branding or how to get started, etc., drop them in the comments so we could address them in the coming weeks, because this is up to you, right? We're going to cover whatever is relevant for you guys. So drop Dre a message.
All right. And so if anyone wants to reach out to you and contact you in between now and next week, what is the best way for them to do that?
LinkedIn's the best place. Just shoot me a message. I'm kind of there every day, so you can find me there and we can have a chat.
Boom. All right. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone for tuning in. We will be back the same time next week for another episode. And also next Friday, I'm going to be doing 120 podcast episodes in 24 hours, which is absolutely crazy. I'm sure that this is a world record, a first. So I still need a couple of people for the early hours of the morning. I promise you, I will not fall asleep. So if you're interested in coming on and talking about like your career journey, or if you've got some valuable tips to share, please hit me up.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sure they'll hit you.
All right. See you guys.
Awesome. Bye, everyone.